Ladies and gentlemen, Rick's Realm presents Radio Hour. All right, folks, let's try this again. I think you can hear me now. I put people through 30 minutes of torture last time with the no hearing experience. I said a lot of cool things too. I read some stories and well, I'm gonna put this down and make sure. You should see my little thing lighting up yellow. See when I talk, it should be lighting up yellow when I talk. Okay, there we go. Oh, I saw Miss Tina called in. You probably couldn't hear me. Um, I read a couple stories. 30 minutes. Yeah. Wow. I'll be deleting that video because it's just 30 minutes of silence. But um, yeah, I don't even know what to do now because I just. Oh, I was talking about how earlier I didn't have my coffee, before the show like I usually do for you, for those of you who know the show and me normally. But this is Radio Hour. This isn't Rick's Realm. Well, it's Rick's Realm, but it's Radio Hour. So, Radio Hour, for all you folks that are new, let me do this all over again. Ugh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that sucked. It wouldn't connect my audio, um, for some reason, like how it's lighting up yellow. You can see that every time I talk. It wasn't doing that last time for me. That's how I checked. That's the only way I can check because on my audio levels here on the app, it's showing me that it's working, but then it wasn't coming through here for some reason. So I restarted my computer and restarted the app and then just finally got it to work now. So I will be sending them a nice little email letting them know what happened and hopefully they can fix that situation. But yeah, welcome to Radio Hour. Let's make this full. Now that I know you can hear me, we can go full screen. I just want to hope you can hear me after, but this is our little paranormal call-in radio show. Will you be able to call in and tell your paranormal experience and story and all that? Yeah, I wanted to have a place for people to come and do that, and this is it. So welcome. If you're listening after the live show, thank you for tuning in. You'll find any of the links. Oh my God, I can tell my voice is slow. I'm like, oh, I'm like dragging on. Usually I'm like, but any of the stories I'm telling, I do have links. I picked out some paranormal stories where online groups where they're looking for explanations of what they saw. They're reaching out to people. So if you hear a story and you have had that experience, there will be a link in the description of the show after for you to click on and possibly get a hold of that person or look into that story more if you want more information on it, whatnot. That's what it's there for. Sharing the stories, getting the stories out there, um, and connecting with other people. Maybe your friends and family. Maybe they don't, you don't want to go to them because they're gonna think you're crazy. Well, you can come here. I'm not gonna think you're crazy. Come here and tell me. It fascinates me. Nothing ever happens to me, so I get fascinated, by other people's stories because it's something I do believe in that something's going on. Nobody knows what it is, but it's amazing because there's so many different variants of the paranormal: UFOs, aliens, Bigfoot, all the cryptids, ghosts. What else? There's everything. So this will be the spot. You come on and you tell your story, and hopefully you can get it off your chest, or maybe you're wanting to tell wanting to tell it is to share it, and hopefully somebody else can have some answers for you or had a similar experience or whatnot. So you hear the story, you click on the link. If you have more information, we help each other out. You know what I'm saying, folks? So those are some creepy stories too. Yeah, I read a creepy story this morning. We had a test show. If you missed that one, it actually turned into a full out show. I was testing out bringing people on this show because we're doing the radio thing for the first time here, audio only, and we got several callers, so it's awesome. Thank you, those people, Miss Tina, Game Vet. You guys called in earlier, shared your stories. That was great. Um, and that's what we're all about. Come on, share your story. As you can see, there's no video. It's just audio, and I'm just flipping back and forth on the screen here just to make sure that we don't lose audio because I have no other way of telling unless I go to the chat and then I see you guys tell me, hey, there's no audio, which I thank you for because I just did a 30-minute show with no audio, so that might be do I have a record? I'm sipping some water tonight, folks. I do have my iced coffee here next to me, but I'm so tempted to drink it, but um, I put a little grape flavoring in my water so that I wouldn't drink the coffee because it just won't taste good if I do that after. So you guys know me and you know I love my coffee. So anyways, this is Radio Hour. I want to welcome I have a few new subscribers within the last few days, which is awesome. So thank you guys for coming and checking out the channel, and I will be putting the link in the description or actually in the chat room. And another announcement you guys missed from earlier was real quick. The chat room that you are in has a name now. Yeah, that's right. It's called Blues Chicken Chat. That's right. The only YouTube chat room with a name. I don't have a way to name it officially on YouTube through coding and whatnot, but just know, just when people ask what chat room you're in the Blues Chicken Chat. All right, we named it after him because he was here on the test show earlier and he blew up that chat room. He kept it going. You couldn't even read it at times, folks. It was nuts. He's officially named the head chat person. So we got Blues Chicken Chat. If you're in there, you're a member of that automatically. Um, please acknowledge all the rules at the bottom of the page. And then besides that, do we have any paranormal stories? Let's see, what time is it here? Well, this is obviously not going to go the whole hour because I had it planned from 8 to 9, and then I was going to, do my other things after. But you know what? The show must go on, folks. I don't even know. I haven't checked the chat room here, but welcome if you're in our chicken chat, and welcome if you are watching after the show has premiered live and you're watching the little rerun or whatever you want to call it. Now, I'm going to do something I've never done until right now. No, I've done it before. I'm going to put the little link here back in the chat room. Hey, Game Vet, what's up, buddy? You can hear it? Nice. Thank you. All right, good. I had a whole chat room going earlier, and 30 minutes I was talking with no audio. And my little thing here says I have audio the whole time, but on the little screen it wasn't showing up, and I had no audio for 30 minutes. I talked. I told stories. Oh, it was terrible. Yeah. So, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, listen in. This is just a radio show. That's why we do it with the audio only. You won't have anything to look at. You can just listen into my squeaky voice and sit back and yeah, it's terrible. I had someone just coming on too as I ended the stream, like somebody that was listening in, and now I lost them all. So everybody was here. Yeah, Miss Tina called in again. I couldn't hear her. Yeah, it was just a mess. And now I'm back, and it's just me and you, buddy. But that's all right. That's all we need, right? All right. Hello, Julie. Hold on. Let me. I can't. I'm not too close to my screen. Julius, hello. How are you? Welcome to Radio Hour. We are paranormal experiences. This is the place to tell them. You come on here, tell your experience. Maybe someone else has had the same one, or you just want to get it off your chest and you have nowhere else to go. Come on in here. There's no judgment on you. I want to hear your story. Um, or don't even, Julius. You can just hang out in the chat room. We get some cool people. This is actually the second stream tonight. The first one, I'll be taking that down because it was 30 minutes of streaming with no audio. Well, I was talking, but the microphone wasn't picking it up. So, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully this one's going good. All right, good. You're Tina's son? Oh, well, welcome. Awesome. We're bringing the family on. Look at, we got the whole, see? People telling people about the channel. Come on and tell Miss Tina that she called earlier and I did hear her, but for some reason my microphone wasn't going through to the audience, but now it is, and I am very happy for that. And welcome back to everybody. Hopefully we get some more people back in here. We had someone coming on. I didn't get the whole name, but it was Supernatural something, and look, he was joining in on the chat. Let me put the link up here if anybody wants to call. I think that's the link there. All you got to do is click on that link. It will bring you into the little queue here. I will make your screen black so it doesn't matter what you have on there. That's for anonymity. I'm not even going to try. If you want to be anonymous, that's what we do. Either way, this is a radio show. You sit back and listen. You don't have to watch. And for those of you like the eye candy, I made a little video that you see up on your screen. Just something to pass the time for you. Um, so, with that being said, you've had. Okay. Yeah. I mean, let's hear them, folks. If you have them, call in. I call it calling in because it's old fashioned, you know, I'm old school. So, get on here, tell your story. This is the place to do it. Where's the link? It would help if I gave you the link, wouldn't it? Oh boy. Well, yeah, Julius, that's what you get when you come here. Oh, I put the link in there. There it is. Yeah, okay. So the link's in the chat room. I'll throw it up one more time. You'll see it right next to the Rick's Realm little icon there. Click on it. You'll come on the queue. I got some like nice little stories here. Actually, these are actual real paranormal experiences from others that are looking for help and have had experience and are reaching out on online groups in hopes of finding someone that will listen to them or at least had similar experience or something that they can share with them and not feel so alone in this weird world of ours, folks. You know what I mean? You really? You know what I mean? All right. So yeah, these I read these two stories earlier. They're short, so it's not nothing long. You don't have to sit there for an hour and listen to it. Um, I will stop the show at reading the story at any time if you come on the air, so don't worry about that. You're not interrupting the show. If you do something like that, I don't take any offense. The lines are wide open all night long. Well, until the end of the show at least. And then we're gonna read the little. I had everything set up nice too. Bummer. I had to shut all that stuff, but that's all right. A few more clicks and we're back to business, right? That's all it is. Couple clicks. All right. So this first story, and then again, folks, any of these stories that I'm reading, they're individually titled, so you will be able to find them easy within the description of this show's video after the show. I didn't want to put them up there and spoil it. People can click on them early and spoil the fun for everyone. So, and also, please, if you've had the experience about the story you're about to hear, or any part of it, or you want more information, click on that link. Go and connect with that person, and let's get this going. You know what I mean? There's a lot of strange experiences, I'll agree, and I keep hearing new ones all the time. But I bet there's just as many similar ones, and nobody knows about them because we're not connected. So let's do it. Let's make this the place to come and connect and get this done. All right. So with that being said, again, I'll say that 20 times. Where's my little thing here? I got my little thingy here. All right. This person. Let's start out with this. I didn't read this last time, but this person, UFO. Okay. My girlfriend and I saw a UFO leave our atmosphere and enter something like hyperspace. All right. So if you can picture in your head right now, like Star Trek or Star Wars, when they go into that zoom, it's like that's what this person is describing here in this story. Okay, it's really short. So presumably, I am the worst with these. If a word has more than 8 syllables, or five, I should say, that's not even five, but presumably, just outside of our orbit, there was a white light, like a star, that flashed then turned into a red beam. Presumably, others would have had to have seen it. It was like a shooting star, except the line was straight, and it looked as though it was very near to the Earth and moved away. The way that it started close and moved straight outward, in my mind, proves it wasn't a comet. And if it was a shooting star, it wouldn't have hurtled through vast expanses of space in a 2-second interval. It was as though I had witnessed the Millennium Falcon pop into warp drive. Wow. All right. Has anybody ever seen that in real life? I've never seen that. I've seen it plenty of times on movies and never in real life. That would amaze me if I saw something like that. What else? Let's go. Yeah, if anybody's seen that, that will be under my girlfriend and I saw the UFO leave the atmosphere like hyperspace. You can reach out to them. And yeah, I've never seen anything like that. That would be crazy. I would actually be like, whoa, that's really cool. And say Star Wars or something like that. But all right, the next story. Let's get this one out of there. Our next story is called What Did I See? All right, how do I click on that? There we go. And I will keep repeating it. All of these stories' links will be in the description of the video below the show after it is aired live and processed. Click on the link and connect with that person if you have any additional information on these stories. That would be great. Thank you. Last night, what did I see? Last night around 2 a.m., me and a friend of mine were driving around a local area. I live near farmland, so we were driving through the long, winding roads. Good for speeding and whatnot. At one of the bends, I noticed something or someone sitting on the road barrier. At first, I thought it was a plastic bag because it was quite crinkly, shiny, and a dark grayish color. It disappeared after my lights turned the corner. We didn't really think much of it. Probably was just a bag or something. Then about 100 meters out from the road to the right, we saw this large, extremely glossy, egg-shaped thing rise into the sky, stop, then went west from where we were at an astronomical speeds. We both shat ourselves, and I sped home. Never seen anything like that in my entire life, and I joined this group specifically to gain some insight on what the freak I saw. Now, I've always believed in aliens, but this evidence that always pops up never seems legit and always has holes in the story. But seeing something weird like this firsthand makes me wonder if all these stories are actually real. I'm not saying I saw an actual alien spacecraft, but it was literally the most strange thing I've ever seen. And watching YouTube videos that make it seem like what I actually saw was extraterrestrial. I want to hear what you guys have to say if you have ever seen something like that or have information on the topic, or if you just think I'm BSing. Not sure if it means anything, but I did take an image of the moon before the sighting. It was huge and had a copper color, something also never really seen. All right, wow. So yeah, I read this story earlier, um, and I've never seen. I just uh, never seen anything. Yeah, no UFOs. I mean, the one thing I did see, I don't think it was a UFO because it was so close to the street, and it was just it could have been a blimp most likely. But yeah, to see something like an egg shape, it took off up into the sky, stopped, went west really fast. Like it probably like zoomed off. Maybe it zoomed off at the same speed as the other craft from the previous story going into hyperspace. You know what I'm saying? It could have been like that same. I wonder if these people know each other. Oh, could be in the same area. See, I don't. I would like to know where all of these stories take place, but you can't give out. You don't want to give out your information online. So, all right. So what else do we got here? Yeah, we'll just go a little bit longer because I wasn't going to be doing this late. Um, but since the mess up things here, we're coming back, folks. We're going to read another story here. And this one, this one's pretty creepy, I think. That one we'll read after. Let's try this one. That one I read last time, but you didn't hear it, and it was really short. Um, this one is called "My First and Only Experience," and this is under Ghost Stories. Okay, and this was a few years ago, but I don't remember exactly when. But I would have been about 16. My grandma on my mom's side remarried to a doctor who lives in a very old mansion. I'm talking this thing is from like the 1800s. It definitely has that creepy haunted house feel as it's 4 stories, counting the basement, blah, blah, blah. Some context before I get into it. This house is basically a cube, and almost every room allows you to see from one corner of the house to another. I was in the kitchen, which has a direct line of sight to the other end of the house in the main dining room. My mum and grandma were the only ones home at the time, besides me, and they were in the piano room across on the opposite corner of the house. Okay, and here's where the story begins. So I was sitting at the kitchen table, and I went to stand to see what they were doing. As I'm standing, I look through the doors to the end of the house and see my aunt's red hair and her in a blue dress with white polka dots looking out the window. Oh, my aunt's here, I thought. But as I finished standing, I remembered my aunt lives in France. Oh, geez. I did a double take and nothing. I froze. I eventually called out to my ma and grandma and told them what happened. What's my grandma say? Oh, my aunt's grandma was basically her twin and had a blue dress with white polka dots. She also died in that house and lived there for most of her life. I didn't go back for a few months. Wow. All right, well, this person puts it as their first and only experience, and that's right there. You just saw an apparition, plain and simple, right? I mean, that's creepy, very creepy. It reminds me of when it happened so long ago for me. and that I was a child that I can't even remember if it was really a, "Oh, Miss Tina's back. Hello, Miss Tina." Alright, did you find it? You can hear me now? Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just stopped working, like, I had microphone levels here and whatnot, and it wasn't showing up on there. Let me just pop this down. I have to pop the screen down a little just to make sure each time. Oh, it's working, alright. I can see that little yellow border around my talking. Perfect. Alright, so thank you. Thank you for coming back. What was I saying? I forget. Oh, I was telling about my little story when I was a child. And now I was a kid, so I can't remember if this was a dream or it really happened, but I still remember it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where like you just did. All right. So I'm going to my cousin's house. She lives next door. I go in through the back door, through the backyard. And when you walk through the back door, immediately to your left would be a set of stairs that go up to the second floor. Okay. And they like wind up, like not wind, but like they go up to the left and then shoot up, you know what I mean, the other way at an angle, just up to the second floor. All right. So you walk in, stairs are on the left. To the right of those stairs, further ahead of you, to the right of the stairs, at the, on the same angle, is the cellar door. So if you open the cellar door, there's stairs that go down. All right, obviously, at the same angle as the stairs that go up. You know what I mean? Okay. So then on the right, you have uh, just one, the wall on your right, and then another door just ahead. It's across from the cellar door. So you picture you're in the back of this little rectangular hall. There's stairs on my left, cellar door next to that, and then the kitchen door to the bottom floor apartment is on my right. That's the only door on my right. And then straight ahead is just a wall, obviously. And it's tiny. It's just one person can fit in there. You know what I mean? It's nothing big. So I'm like a little kid. I go over there. Hey, let's go see if my cousin's home. And I remember the door being creaked open. I was like, oh, that's weird. And I looked in. All right, before you go into this door, all right, there's two doors there. One goes into this hallway, but the door to the right of that, outside facing the porch, if I went into that door, that would take me right into that kitchen instead of having to go into the hallway through that little door into the kitchen. You know what I mean? So it's just two doors going right into the kitchen. So I looked in that door, that's because you can see right into the kitchen, and I saw nobody's in there. But I saw the other door was creaked open a little. I thought it was strange. Everybody keeps their door closed, but not too strange because it's a nice neighborhood. Nothing to worry about like that. You can keep your doors open, whatever. So I go in there. I'm like, I'll use a different name. I'm like, what's a scary name I can use for my cousin so I don't give away real names? All right. I have no. Oh no, I have a cousin in there. Esmeralda. All right, so my cousin Esmeralda, who's my age, we'll just say a year or two around my age, okay? So I'm like, Esmeralda, hello? So I'm looking in, no one's there. For some reason, I went right to the cellar door, which as a kid, you would never do this in a million years, which makes me kind of think it's a dream, but hold on. So I'm like, I look in the door. I just go right to that door for some reason, okay? And I slowly open the door, and as I'm open, I'm like, Esmeralda? All right, I swear to God, I open this door full way, and the first thing that hits me is like the hair. I just looked straight ahead, so I just saw hair, and I thought like for a split second it was my cousin. But as I'm looking down, no, this thing it was like a ghostly figure of a girl smiling at me, floating there above the stairs that went, you know what I mean, at an angle straight down right there. I'm getting the chills talking about this, so this had to be real. Because if this was a dream as a kid, there's no way I'd be scared of it. So yeah, this thing was floating there and like waving me to come on, and I was like, "Whoa!" So yeah, I'm never telling that story again because I get all worked up about it. So I think it was real because it's bringing back like memories. I don't think I would have an emotional attachment to a dream, would I? Oh, maybe I guess I don't know. Yeah, but dreams aren't like You know what I mean? It's like, how do you remember a dream like that and like get scared from it? Has anybody else had that? I know Tina's had the experiences there. Um, one coming out of sleep, right? That was earlier you told us. That's creepy. Oh, yeah. It's very, very strange. There's so many weird things going on, folks. We just don't know. You know what I mean? We just don't know. And we're never going to find out. Unless we all come together and tell our stories and see what's going on. What else are we going to do? Well, you guys came back, so I guess I'll go a little bit more, a couple more minutes here for you. You know, we want to get another story going. Yeah, sure. All right. And these stories that I am reading tonight, I will say it. I'll keep saying it because I really want you guys to, if you've had these experiences, go check them out, or if you want more information on them, the link to each individual story will be in the description of this video after this process. Thank you. Now, I am taking a sip of my coffee. I broke down, folks. Thanks for bearing with me. I broke down. Yeah. Oh, that's strong. I really shouldn't have done that. All right, because it's like breaking the seal. You take that first sip and you're like, all right, I'll just drink the whole thing. And then next thing you know, you're up at 2 in the morning staring at the wall, saying, why? 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 All right. Tina, all right. Hold on, folks. We're not going to go to this story because we have Miss Tina calling back in. Maybe she has another wonderful story. Let me check on this. Hold on, please. Where is my story? Here, here it is. All right, so we're gonna.
To cut your stories off, but you're talking
Hey,
about memories.
oh, sorry about that. Let me. Oh, please, no, yeah. Anytime anybody wants to call in, you just call in. You're not interrupting the people. The whole show is here just for that reason only.
I just wanted to share a very early memory I had as a child.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so I guess when I was 18 months old, my parents were going cross country. They were going to move to Washington. I guess back then they were hippies. And so we went to this river, which is really cool. I remember being at the river and my mom saying to me, don't step into the water or don't let go of my hand because I had to hold on to her hand, otherwise I'd fall into the water. Well, I didn't listen. I let go of her hand, and yes, I did get swept into the river. And I remember going down river. This is like my very first river rafting experience ever. Kind of. I mean, what I remember was going down river and the rush of it. It was so fun. I remember I didn't go underwater, and I was like, wow, this is really cool, thinking in my head. And then all of a sudden, the ride ended. And I remember when I got swept up, somebody found me or whatever. And I was like, the first thought that came to my head was like, wow, that was fun. I want to do it again. Yeah. But apparently, that's all I remember. But then the story goes, when that happened, my parents were frantic. They're all up on the ridge, and they had to like go down river, and they found me. Somebody downriver was in calmer waters, and they found me, and they were like so relieved and so happy. But they were like, "Whoa," worried about me, of course. But that was my very first memory.
Wow. And how old were you again?
18 months old.
Wow. That's amazing. And wait, you went down the river in a boat, or you were?
No, I was all. It
Oh,
was just me. Just
wow.
me.
Oh my God. So that's also the
Yeah.
first time you gave your parents a heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty
Oh my
fun though.
God. Wow. I can you can remember it too, like splashing through the water and feeling it pushing you and
Oh yeah, the whole ride, the whole experience, it was thrilling. I felt
well,
like
that's
it was
awesome.
thrilling. Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
my first thrill ride.
awesome. Yeah. I'm sure your parents weren't thrilled, but that's awesome.
No, no, they weren't.
No, I was having a heart attack Just thinking you were in the raft at 18 months by yourself.
Yeah, no, I called it a river rafting experience, but it wasn't. It was just me.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, I'm glad you survived that. I mean, that sounds pretty
Yeah,
dangerous,
yeah,
scary,
I'm
but
sure it
cool.
was, but I don't know. To me,
It was
I
more
think I was,
fun, yeah. More of
yeah,
a
I think
fun
I was
memory.
probably protected maybe through the ride,
Right.
whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
there's my quick little story.
No, thank you. I
Did you
love
want to
your
hear
little
anything else?
stories. What else do you have?
Oh God,
Please.
I got a ton of them.
Oh yeah.
Let me
Please.
see.
Here's some.
Okay. Well, remember I told you I could fly in my dreams?
Yes.
Very first time was when I was a kid. So I was I had a dream, and I wasn't really flying. Actually, what I did was I fell. I was on this balcony. We lived in these apartments, and I kind of jumped off the balcony, but I landed in my bed. That's the first time. But then, like later on, um, I was like, okay, I want to learn how to fly. And so at that time, I was like, okay, I need to move my arms. So I put my hands up in front of my face and just kind of shook my arms up and down, thinking that's the way to fly. And then I started flying. But then I realized I didn't have to do that. I didn't need to. I could just fly without moving my arms at
Right.
all. No problem.
Yep.
So I still can to this day.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
You actually have like that control over your dreams, like where you can fly and do stuff in them. That's so cool. I
Well,
can't
in
do
my
that.
dreams, I can go through windows, I can go through walls, I can go through ceilings, I can go through floors, I can go through whatever I feel like. I can change my scenery around me. I can make things happen in my dreams. I have that much
Wow.
control. Yeah.
That's so cool because my dreams like feel like they're so quick and like over all of a sudden. Like I had no time to like do anything, and by the time I wake up, I'm like just mad that I'm not there anymore. You know,
I know, right?
you get that
Yeah.
mad feeling. You try to remember, and the more you try to remember it, it's like the quicker it escapes from your mind, and it's just terrible. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool that you can do that. I can't do anything. I can't even do anything in real life. Like I'm just sitting. But you know what I mean? That's wow. Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Anything else?
welcome.
Did you have any more?
No, I'll
Uh,
save the other stuff for later.
yeah.
I got
Let's
much more, but I think I'm gonna let somebody else or let you finish with your story or whatever. That's
all right,
fine.
yeah. We'll tell some more stories and definitely we'll be doing this a lot, so definitely come back
Yeah.
on anytime. You're welcome on anytime and whatever you
Oh,
want to talk
I just
about.
wanted to
Yeah.
continue about the flying, because I talked about it earlier today,
Yeah.
and well, that might be interesting to talk about again.
Oh yeah,
I told
absolutely.
3 people about my story earlier, so we might have a couple new subscribers. I don't know.
Oh, I actually had a few more people on today, so if that was due to you, thank you so much. That's awesome.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I noticed like two or three more and I was like, "Whoa, wow."
Yeah, that was
That's
me. Yeah,
oh,
me bragging,
sweet.
I guess. I don't know.
Nice. No, thank
You
you.
go check it
Yeah.
out. Yeah,
Please
no
brag
problem.
away. You deserve it.
Okay. All
All
right.
right, awesome. All right, well, we'll see you next time. Definitely, and thanks again for calling in, and we
Oh yeah,
appreciate
my
everything you do
pleasure.
with chat
Thank
rooms and
you.
stuff.
Thank you for
All
having
right.
me on.
Yeah, anytime. Thank you.
All right.
All right,
Bye.
bye-bye. Bye. Thank you. Miss Tina gets a round of applause. I broke out the sound effects. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do it on this show, folks, but I did it. It's awesome. I love all these different stories. Um, I told my story on the show this morning about how I could fly. I only did it that once though. That's actually, now that I think of it, it seems like the only dream I had control of, where I jumped up, like I could feel myself springing off my feet, like off of the ground. You know what I mean? Like I could feel the whole thing, and like floating in the air above the people that I was with. It was so weird. But my other dream is, and this is weird. All right. Oh, that's the lightning. I forgot that I made this little background video that you're watching, and that's the one little clip that I didn't take the audio out of, so I forgot to mute it. So that just scared the heck out of me. I was sitting there like, what is that? Um, but this other story I have, it is weird. It's just a quick little dream, and I used to have it. I believe I had it more than once as a child. But I really like when I was a kid, I had a BMX bike, and I love my bike. But I always wanted to like be old enough to ride a 10 speed, and have those cool handlebars, um, with the cool brakes on there. And so I think that was part of this dream. So, anyways, the dream is I would be driving along the ground on my 10 speed next to Robin Williams, who's riding on his bike. And we would both drive our bikes and then drive off of the Grand Canyon into the, like, off of the top of the Grand Canyon into the Grand Canyon. But then every time I would land, I was just about to land, that's when I would wake up. So I have no idea what that dream means, but I had it more than once as a kid. And I still remember it to this day. And I want to know, I'll never know now, but I want to know if Robin Williams ever had a dream where he was riding along next to some like chubby little kid that wasn't supposed to be on a 10 speed into the Grand Canyon. Oh, I mean, if I could ever met him and heard if he ever, that would have just amazed me and confirmed that there's something definitely going on in the world. But yeah, it's just one of those weird things that you'll always remember. Um, so I think that the influences of that dream, I was a big fan of Mork and Mindy, and I wanted a 10 speed. So you put those two together, and the fact that I had neither of them, that's the end of it. Where I would be driving off the cliff, right? I don't know. Like I don't have the 10 speed, so I'm like I'm losing it. Like I'm enjoying it, but I don't know. I don't know the symbolism in dreams and all that. I don't have that control. Miss Tina just shared a great story. If you're just joining in, she just shared a great story of how she has control in her dreams, and she can go through walls, and I can't do anything. There's little bits, of your dreams here and there where you'll be like for a second you can like, oh, let me do like look at this, and like I just look at stuff in my dream. If anything, I'm like looking at details, but anybody who can do something, and that's amazing. That's like I would die to be able to do that, like control that. Um, has anyone ever had a dream and then have it come true like after? Like, holy crap, I just dreamt that the other night or last week or a year ago. I dreamt that exact same thing. Call in with that story. We want to hear it. I do. Come on in, folks. We're going the full hour tonight on Radio Hour, as long as we have enough video and B-roll. Let me get this little link in the chat room again for you, 'cause I know it keeps going back. This is slow to populate on this little thing, I'll tell you. Game Vet, what's up, buddy? We got Stu, Game Vet, Julius. Miss Tina just called in. Who else do we got? Hey, we got Rick's Realm. Rick's Realm's here. All right. Um, so yeah. What are you guys moderating? You want to moderate? Who wants to moderate? Oh yeah. The sleep paralysis one too is another thing. Um, that's just like what is that? Is that like you're just awake and you can't move at all? Like you can't even, is it like you can't move, or is it like you're being held? You know what I mean? Like I can't, I'm trying to understand it. That's all. I'm not like being disrespectful to anybody who has it, you know? Because I don't know if it's a medical condition or a supernatural thing where, you have a demon holding you down, or is it which it sounds like it is not a medical thing. It's more of a thing because there always seems to be some kind of evil entity or presence or something going on besides just that. No one ever wakes up, um, from sleep paralysis, with the without having something there, right? Isn't there always something like an evil presence or a figure in the room or an alien, right? Sometimes they'll do that if they're gonna come down and investigate you. I've heard of those stories. Gosh, yeah, that's a scary thing, man. You can't be able to move. Ugh. Okay, so it's feeling like feel. Oh, okay. So you feel like you're being held down, like you can't. And it's like, can you try to like fight? And you just like, what happens? Like your body just doesn't work at all. That's so scary. Wow. I'm sorry. Yeah. My gosh. That's a terrible thing to have to go through, whether it's medical or supernatural. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's got to be something supernatural because if it's holding you down, that's, it could be like the demons or something from another dimension, an angry spirit. Could be an extraterrestrial cloaked. We don't know what it is. It's so oh, game clock. What just happened? We had game. I just heard Game Claw joined. He put his name as Game Claw. Oh, Wreak and Havoc. What's up, buddy? Another one with the. Have you had it too, Reek? And my gosh, I'm sorry, guys. Wow. Jeez. What's interesting? Your brain is awake and your body is asleep. My God. I mean, I've had those moments where I've been in bed and oh, we got Game Claw joining. Hold on, folks. Let's get him on here. How do I do this now? I'm gonna close the screens. We got video only tonight, folks. I mean, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? I just want to make
Good.
this real quick. You're talking about dreams. I got a
Yeah.
real strange one.
All right.
I don't think anybody believes me on this one, but this was really weird. So I was, so I work at night, sleep during the day, and so nobody's home when I'm at home. So I'm sleeping, and all of a sudden I wake up to this girl crawling on my bed. She lays down, and she's maybe, I don't know, 6 inches away from my head, and she's like, who is, she starts asking me a bunch of questions, and I could actually feel the bed push down. I could feel her. What woke me up was I felt her crawling on the bed. I'm like, what the heck? So I opened up my eyes, and there was this girl that I have never seen before, and she starts asking me who my wife is, who my daughter is, why do I work such weird hours, and I was answering her, and then she kind of moved her hand on my hand, and I actually felt it. She says, okay, that's all I needed to know. And then all of a sudden, the next thing I know, I woke up.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you.
Oh
That
my
has to
God,
be one
you
of my strangest.
scared the hell out of me. Come in and leave now, thanks.
Sorry, buddy.
No, that's all right, man. Wow, that's
So
crazy.
I don't know if that is like part of sleep paralysis or what that is. I have no idea. But that honest to God happened, and I can't explain it whatsoever. I no idea.
Did you get a look at this girl? Like, did you see?
Oh yeah, I got a real good look at her. She was a brunette,
Yeah.
real thin. If I ever saw her face again, I'd be able to point it out.
Oh my God.
But it seems so real because I could feel the bed pushing down, like she was actually there.
Right. You could like you could feel like the presence of her there too. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. All right. Well,
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah, buddy. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, thanks, man. Have a good night. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
too.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Take care. Yep. Bye bye. Wow. All right. Well, that just scared the hell out of me, folks. My God. This guy's gonna have the best evidence when he gets that camera he was talking about because he sees and I mean, Jesus. It's one surprise after another and each story gets even more creepy. Oh my God. I'm not even gonna do the show anymore after that one. Forever. Not just tonight. My God. Good Lord. I'm glad, honestly, folks, I'm glad that I don't have any of these experiences because I don't think my heart could handle them. I can't even handle listening to them half of the It's so bad. Wow. It just amazes me. Oh, and you get creeped out too, especially for someone who hasn't had the experience. It's like I can only imagine it, and what I'm imagining in my head, I know is not even, a percentage of what it's really like for that experience to happen to somebody. So, so thanks. Yeah. Wow, this is awesome. Miss Tina and Gamebet come through again. We had another caller earlier on the other show that I lost the stream to with. Oh, it was terrible, terrible. Yeah, that is creepy, dude. It's like they want that, you know what I mean? If that could be part of that sleep paralysis, and then they're keeping you like that, and you can't move, and oh yeah, they're like getting information from you. You know what I mean? While you're in that state, they're like maybe like that's the only part of the information you remember. You know what I mean? Like maybe they asked you a lot more, but there's just so much like you don't remember it all. It's like, oh, I don't know. I'm getting too creepy. I can't be talking about that. That's just if anyone was in my bed, I've never had anything like. God, you guys are awesome, man. Why don't I ever have this stuff, man? Yeah, like I said again, I couldn't handle it if I did. So I think the good Lord's watching out for me in my heart, you know. So, but yeah, please. Wow, awesome. All right, we got Goof on Radio coming up. Our friend Richie G. A lot of us here in the chat room already know him. The new people, if you don't know him, come on over and check him out. Goof on YouTube. He starts at 10 p.m. I believe. I want to thank everybody who came in here tonight, shared your story, listened to the stories, um, made some new friends, I hope, and hopefully we'll see you on here in the next one. We're gonna keep this going. I'm gonna try to do this every night so that we can, get the word out there and have the people. I think we'll get some more people. The more we do it each day, we'll get, at least we'll grab at least one or two more people calling in every week. So I still have a list of these stories that I want to read for you guys. So we'll always have, even if there's nobody calling in with the stories, I'm going to have those paranormal experience stories here for you guys that you'll be able to, sit and think about, or maybe, something you haven't heard of, which 95% of these stories that I tell, I haven't heard anything like it. A lot of this is new to me. I've heard a lot of stories, but then again, it's like, those are all the mainstream stories that you guys have heard too, like on Art Bell and whatnot, over the years. But then these personal stories from you guys this is what makes it shine. This is where the stories that are coming from that are they're crazy. My God. Oh, love it. All right, so we'll just wrap it up now. We will thank everyone. I'm gonna delete the older video because it was 30 minutes of me not talking, and I appreciate everybody who was sat there through the whole thing and like troopers. You guys are troopers. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. So if you want to come on, or you know anybody else you want to invite over to the show and to tell them to come on and share their story, then please do. They're welcome. So come on in, come on over, and come on by. There we go. I have no like taglines or I mean I have AO, but that's only when I'm like hyped up on coffee, so I really can't say that too much right now. You know what I mean? And I want something. I don't really need a tagline, do I? No. All right. All right, guys. Call me. I might do a little stream in the morning if you guys wanna come by and see what I do for research on the show. I wanted to show you guys, give a little thing if you wanted to see that. Um, oh, you know what I'm doing tomorrow? Sorry. Tomorrow I am going to be setting up Skype. For those of you who just want to call in on your phone, or you know what I mean, you don't have access to the internet for some reason over the app here, you can use the phone. So tomorrow, if anybody's around, um, yes, Miss Tina, we'll be waking you up at 5 o'clock again. When you wake up at 5, I will be here yapping away. Um, so feel free to come by and test out Skype. Anybody who wants to do that, you can call in. You don't even have to say anything. Just call in and breathe heavy, make some weird noises or something. You can even prank me. You can say, like, is your refrigerator running? I'll say, yeah. You better catch it. You can even do that. Just call in and let us know it's working. All right. We're going to be testing Skype tomorrow we'll have many ways for people to call in and share their stories here on Radio Hour. Thank you, everyone, again. Stu, Miss Tina, Julius. Who else do we have? Game Clock called in earlier, too. Tina called in. Everybody. Wreaking Havoc was here. I saw him sneaking in here earlier. All you guys, you're awesome. I love you. And we will see you next time. And please ignore that little thing that just popped up on your screen because you're not calling in right now. We're leaving. All right, guys.